A cool little Easter egg for everyone who played Hakone in Talk Drift 1. The garage and the town that's in Talk Drift 2 is actually the town at the bottom of Hakone. So if you play Hakone Talk Drift 1, you'll see there's a little town down there, which is like a port town at the base of like the touge. That's essentially the town or the city where you're based in Talk Drift 2. So we do have some questions that came ahead from the past few days. So I'm going to just talk a little bit about the state of play, Talk Motorsport and Talk Drift 2, where I'm at. I'm currently sitting on the ground floor of the Grease Monkey Games studio in Melbourne. Everybody's hard at work. Right, Tony, everyone's hard at work. He's pointing a phone at me and recording me. Talk Drift 2, for people who haven't been active on the Discord and kind of heard us talk about this on different channels, it's really a combination of all the things that we learnt from you all, what we did right in Talk Drift 1, and having another crack at all of the things that we think we could have done better, as well as like a new platform and a new kind of game engine with new physics and kind of a host of new technologies that we've been able to use, which has been really exciting. But one of the cool things is, like, working on Talk Drift 1, you all played the game in a very different way to how we kind of initially thought that you would, or how we designed it. And we're building tools to kind of give you more leverage to do those kinds of things in Talk Drift 2. So Talk Drift 2 is released in stages. So it's a very, very big game, large scope to build all these things, and a ton of features coming out between now and the end of the year, and then into 2024. So it's really about releasing things earlier and getting you all to play them, give your feedback, so we can make adjustments like much earlier on. We would hate to spend too much time in a bubble designing the game and then release it and find out that you all don't like it. that would possibly be the worst thing. So it's a much more collaborative approach to building games, which we're really looking forward to getting that into your hands. We do have some questions, Mr. Diva. Yes, just on PC for now, and we do plan on releasing on consoles after more of the feature set has been built out, but just for PC for now. Sorry, Mr. Diva. Sad emoji. Another question: will Talk Drift 2 come with an engine damage mechanic? Engine damage, this is one of those things. It's like, if everybody is asking about it, then we'll look into how we can incorporate it. Engine damage, I think would split the community in terms of whether they want that or not, because if you're damaging your engine, then you obviously would need to repair it. There's like kind of like that process, and if you can just repair it without paying something, then it kind of defeats the purpose. So then we need to pay some in-game currency to fix that, which might upset some people. So we don't have any plans to do that, but it's one of those things. Like I said, if everyone is requesting it, then we'll do it. If that's something that you want, jump in Discord in the suggestions channel, add that in there, and we can talk back and forth about how exactly you think that would behave in the game environment as well, so that we can make it a successful feature if we do something like that. But no, there's no plans on doing that at the moment. Someone asked, can we sabotage other people's cars? Who asked that? Oh, that's so funny. I'd love to know exactly what this person wants to do to other people's cars. That's rough. Actually, story on that. The last Formula Drift event, there was conspiracy in the pits. I think it was in ProSpec. Someone was going around, and you can find images of this online. Someone was going around to people's cars and messing with their suspension settings, I think it was. So that's a bit of drama. There's an image of somebody's car they've like wrapped in plastic with a big sign saying, please don't touch my car, or something like, or change my setup. So I don't know if that was this person in chat right now. It's just like, can we sabotage other people's cars? Um, but no, there's no sabotaging other people's cars. But if you put forward a compelling argument for that, maybe we'll talk about it more. Oh, that's funny. Will there be in-game team features? Yes. So that's essentially the crew functionality. You'll be able to build up a crew of different kinds of people. Not everyone in the crew has to be like the best driver or drifter or competitor. You'll be able to choose different kinds of roles within that crew. So maybe someone in there is the best at tuning cars. So they will be able to, they're the crew tuner. They'll be tuning the drivers' cars for different tournaments and events. Or someone who is really, good at livery, is just incredible livery artist in Talk Drift 1. So if that's something that you want to focus on, then you can be like, someone K in the chat. Awesome. Is there a logo designer? So there'll be a decal designer, but you can be someone who just does all the livery designs for the whole crew, and you can kit out. You can have like your crew livery, or if you're just someone who wants to run the actual crew and do the events and stuff like that. Like there's a lot of people in the community who just they drive as well, but set up and organize all of the crews, all of the tournaments and stuff like that. So you could choose to be the person that does that. Yeah, there's a ton of different features we have designed for the cruise feature, but would love to hear more of your feedback as well of what you want, what you liked in other games that you want to see in Talk Drift 2. So we got Mr. Diva, LZ Compound as the main garage in the game. Interesting question. The main garage is based in Japan. Actually, a cool little Easter egg for everyone who played Hakone in Talk Drift 1. The garage and the town that's in Talk Drift 2 is actually the town at the bottom of Hakone. So if you play Hakone Talk Drift 1, you'll see there's a little town down there, which is like a port town at the base of like the touges. That's essentially the town or the city where you're based in Talk Drift 2. So there's like a little Easter egg there. There will be touges like driving up, similar to Talk Drift 1. But yeah, that's where the garage is based. And we have thought obviously about being able to change that garage or where you're based, the themes of your garage. So yeah, if there's more requests for those kinds of things, we can bring that forward in the roadmap. This is a good one from Dom. Will we need to buy any NFTs up front to play the game and or set up a wallet, or can we just play? Yeah, that's a good one, which that comes up quite a bit. So it's really important to us that you can just jump in and play the game. There's no requirement to purchase anything, just like there isn't in Talk Drift 1. But you can really think of it like we have pro cars in Talk Drift 1 and other premium kind of things that you have to spend currency for or purchase outright. The digital assets are essentially, the NFTs of digital assets are essentially the same thing. You just get to keep them, and there's other benefits to having those outside of the game itself. So as an example, a bunch of the wheels will be usable across all three of the games, which I think is really cool. So if you have some alloys, some wheels that you've got from Talk Drift 2, you're able to bring a bunch of those over and use them in Talk Burnout, which is our first game, and Talk Drift 1 as well. Mr. Diva, open world. There are open world aspects. It's not designed to be open world in the same way that like Forza is open world. You can kind of think of the multiplayer, like large open lobbies in Talk Drift 1. It's probably a good reference point. Yeah, being able to drive around on larger tracks with more people and more kind of functionality as part of those things, be able to jump in and jump out. Another one from Dom, is every car and part an NFT? So no, not every car and part is. So there's a range of different parts that are just earnable and installable through in-game progress. So you'll be able to build your car up that way. Or touge tracks. Yes, definitely going to be including more touge tracks. You'll be progressing in two different main areas, so on the street and on the pro circuit. So as a player, you go compete in more kind of ad hoc drift events on the streets in the touges against people in lobbies to earn reputation. And then you can choose to go do more like formal bracketed tournaments on the Formula Drift Japan and Formula Drift US circuits in more of your traditional kind of tournament bracketed style when you're competing for rank. So you kind of got these two different areas which are similar in ways because you're still battling in other cars, but you're competing for different kinds of reputation and rank, which is cool. So you'll be able to, maybe you're a player that just wants to compete on touge tracks. Maybe you're much better with lower horsepower cars, really dialed, suspension and tuning setup, and just compete in the touges or on the street layouts, compared to someone else like more FD US, which is high horsepower, really high speeds, battling, which they're similar skills but like very different. If you look at Formula Drift Japan versus Formula Drift US, very different style in terms of speed, track layouts and stuff like that. So we're trying to capture as much of that as possible for Talk Drift 2. Some tracks in the EU, yeah, we definitely want to include some in the EU. Let us know which tracks you're really keen to have as well, because obviously there's a bunch of the Drift Masters tracks. Oh, Trippy. Trippy asked, will the car sounds be scary good? Yes, they will. We've spent a lot of time on that this week specifically. Actually, we've brought down a bunch of our team working intensively on the all driving aspects. So physics, smoke, audio effects, and we've seen some really great progress on that front just this week, which is really cool. The audio, how we've built the audio is like completely different from Talk Drift 1 or any of the games we've made in the past. So I'll go into some of the details, but I'm probably gonna forget some. There's this really incredible programmer who built a tool called Engine Simulator. If anyone has seen that on YouTube, Ange the Great, go check it out. It's really incredible. And it's essentially realistically simulating how an engine works and producing the audio from that. And we spent a bit of time talking with Ange, and we're actually utilizing that technology as the baseline audio for our cars, which is very realistic. And then we have a layering system for different components of the car, which are actually attached to the parts themselves. So turbos will have different audio files which will be laid on top of the base engine. So if you change your turbo out, if you have like internal wastegate or external wastegate, it'll sound different. So if you change out to a bunch of different turbos, your car will sound different. If you change your exhaust, the car will sound different. If you basically all of these things layer on top to create the sound of your car just like in real life. And so the cars are, what did you say, scary good? Will the car sounds be scary good? I think they're gonna be scary good. So I hope you agree once we release some of the footage and content of the driving and the vehicle audio. But it's really cool how it's all coming together. I want to hear realistic madmike rotary engines. Yeah, we will definitely do that when we get around to madmike's cars. Cool. I think let's wrap up and let's do another one soon. Yeah, keen for everybody to play. Yes, Stella will support for TD2. Yes, confirmed. I hope to do more of these more often, so be able to give you chat with everyone and give updates and answer questions. All right, thanks everybody. Stay tuned on our socials, and we'll chat again soon.